2, 1, ignition, and go Falcon 9.
Siamo ragazzi.
Vehicle pitching coverage. Chamber pressure now.
Ok Klaus, non c'è problema.
At T plus 30 seconds and counting, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Slick 4 East carrying the EarthCare satellite. Now, after clearing the tower, we tilted or gimbaled the engines to initiate a roll maneuver, which you may notice in the Stage 1 camera view. This enables the vehicle's
telemetry nominal.
This enables the vehicle's antennas to stay in the best position for communicating with the ground. In just a few moments from now, we'll be throttling down the engines in preparation for max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Vehicle supersonic. Max Q.
And there's that call out for max Q. Now, as Falcon 9 accelerates through the thicker lower atmosphere, the air density decreases, and Falcon 9 passes max Q once the air density lowers faster than the increasing speed of the vehicle. So keep an eye on the Stage 1 telemetry on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen to watch for these speed changes through ascent.
And back chill.
Good call out there. And as a reminder, the rocket typically needs to go 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and get into orbit. Now we've got 6 events coming up happening in rapid succession. This will start with main engine cutoff, or MECO, where we shut down all 9 M1D engines on the first stage. Followed by that will be stage separation, where the first and second stages separate. Third will be the Stage 1 flip, a maneuver to turn the first stage around. Then we'll have the second engine start, or SES1, on the second stage. Fifth will be the first stage boost back burn, a controlled burn that reduces the forward velocity away from the launch pad. And lastly will be fairing separation, where the 2 fairing halves will jettison away from the second stage. And all of these events should happen in just a few moments from now.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
Stage 1 boost back burn.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there you heard and maybe even saw those 6 events that happened back to back, which again were MECO, stage separation, Stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, the first stage boost back burn, and fairing separation. We'll be attempting to retrieve those fairing halves, both flying for their first time today, once they fall back to Earth with our recovery vessel, Go Beyond. Coming up shortly, we should hear a call out for boost back shutdown on the Falcon 9 first stage.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
And there's that call out for Stage 1 boost back shutdown. We're currently T plus 3 minutes and 34 seconds into the mission. Our next major mission milestone will be...
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
Good call out there. Our next major mission milestone will be the first stage's entry burn, which will take place just past the T plus 6 minute mark. Now, to start the entry burn, we will relight 3 of the M1D engines on the Falcon 9 first stage, which is similar to pumping the brakes to slow down the vehicle as it passes back into the Earth's atmosphere. The entry burn helps reduce the heat generated from the friction of the atmosphere and reduces the aerodynamic forces acting on Falcon, which helps maintain controlled flight and prepare for the landing burn. Now, during the entry burn, Falcon 9 is decelerating by firing its Merlin engines, but it's still moving really fast, and this causes the vehicle to fly through Merlin's exhaust gases, or plume, which deposits a layer of soot on the vehicle surface. And that soot comes from the carbon-based fuel that Falcon 9 uses, and with each flight, the soot builds up a little more on the outside of the vehicle. Some amazing views of the MVAC engine on our Falcon 9 second stage as it takes the EarthCare payload to orbit.
Molte foto con screenshot. Bravo Klaus, fai bene.
Reusability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in critical scientific research. Now, the Falcon 9 first stage that is supporting today's mission is performing this entry burn for its 7th time, coming up shortly. Now, the Merlins on the first stage are optimized for sea level, and these achieve 190,000 pounds of thrust each during ascent and descent. At liftoff, Falcon 9's first stage has thrust greater than 5 747 airplanes at full power, and the MVAC engine on the second stage, with a much wider nozzle, is optimized to 220,500 pounds of thrust in vacuum. Now, as a reminder, the first stage supporting today's mission is flying for its 7th time, having previously supported NASA Crew 7, CRS-29, PACE, Transporter 10, and 2 Starlink missions. It's also worth mentioning that this is the 56th Falcon 9 launch of 2024 and the 18th launch of Falcon 9 this year from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. Coming up in just a few moments, we should hear the call out for the entry burn on the Falcon 9 first stage.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there's that confirmation of entry burn startup. This burn will last about 20 seconds and will slow the vehicle down in preparation for the landing burn.
Allora, sicuramente la live dell'ESA sul canale YouTube dell'ESA la salvano e la puoi rivedere lì tranquillamente. Il video che sto registrando lo voglio rivedere per vedere come è venuto e poi magari.
And there's confirmation of stage 1 entry burn shutdown. We're now waiting for Falcon 9 to land back at Landing Zone 4 at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. And it just so happens that Landing Zone 4 is actually only about 450
Both vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
Good call
Stage
out.
1 FGS has saved.
Good callouts there. It just so happens that Landing Zone 4 is actually only about 440 meters away from Slick 4 East at Vandenberg.
Il primo stadio sta ritornando 10 km di altezza, 1600 km orari. Mentre il secondo stadio è a 16.000
Good call out there that stage 1 is transonic. We should hear a call out for landing burn startup on the Falcon 9 first stage in just a few moments.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Oppure la Next Direct ne fai vedere un pezzettino. Anche volentieri.
Stage 1 landing light deployed.
Eccolo, è atterrato.
And there you have it. Falcon 9 has
Stage 1
successfully
landing confirmed.
Falcon 9 has successfully.
Stage 2 FGS is saved.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
Good callouts there. Falcon 9 has successfully landed at Landing Zone 4
Earth
at
care
Vandenberg.
separation confirmed.
Eccolo, si
An
sta
amazing view there on
staccando.
your screen.
Se ho
Successful
capito
deployment
bene,
of the
il
Earth Care
satellite
payload.
sta staccando
And with that
dal
confirmation, we'll be
secondo
bringing today's
stadio,
webcast to a close. Today's
che
mission
l'ha
marks
trasportato
SpaceX's
fino a
351st
400
overall mission to
km di
date
altezza
and 56th mission of this year.
27.000 km
We want to
orari.
thank the European Space
Ah, ok,
Agency
forse
and
prima l'avevi
JAXA for
già
entrusting
detto,
us
ma
with
non
today's
avevo
mission
capito.
and all
Non
of
c'è
you for
problema,
joining us
Klaus,
this
sono
afternoon.
qui apposta.
If you're interested in following the Earth Care mission further, tune into youtube.com/ESA for more. And if
Direi
you're
che ci
interested in
siamo.
more
Intanto
launch
stop con la
coverage, be sure to
registrazione.
check out Space